Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the 5 key things that have helped me in my YouTube career and might help you if this is something that you want to do. Now, right off the bat, I want to first off say that I am not the most successful YouTuber there is. I think that's pretty obvious, but I do want to say that these are just things that I've noticed, things that I've picked up, and that have helped me further my YouTube career, and hopefully you can sort of interpret them your own way and they'll help you. And so these are in no specific order, except for probably the first one, but after that, these aren't in any crazy order. I think these are all just tips and tricks that have helped me along the way and things that I always think about. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about the YouTube business or starting a YouTube channel, being a YouTuber, please leave it in the comment section down below or DM me on Instagram, shooting_cars. I do really love talking about the business. I find it fascinating, and people definitely have a lot of questions. That's why I'm making this video, to hopefully clear some stuff up and give you some type of insight into making YouTube videos. Tip number 1 is just do it. Just go out there and make a video. If you have an idea, let's say you want to do succulent plant reviews, go out to your local Dollar Tree, Walmart, Dollar General, Eagle, Safeway, Rite Aid, whatever it is, go out, get a succulent, and make a video reviewing it. And I promise you, that video will suck. It will be a bad video. It's not going to be good. And so after you do that video, take a moment, learn what you could have done better, think about what could have gone better, worse, things like that, and then make your second video. Go out to those stores again, get a second succulent, or hopefully you have succulents at home, and review that succulent. And that video will also suck. However, it will be better than your first video. And so go out and get your third succulent, find a third succulent to review, and review that, and that video will probably still suck, but it'll be better than the first 2. The 4th will be better than the 3rd. The 5th will be better than the 4th. I promise you, if you are willing to learn, just get out and do the thing is the most important, because that is the best way you are going to learn. Go out and just make the crappy version. You can always go back and delete that video and re-review your first succulent. You can always go back and do that. It's the internet. You can. But in order to have a 100th succulent review, you have to have had a 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and onwards. And so my biggest thing I tell everyone, anyone who ever comes up to me and says, Zach, I want to start a YouTube channel. What do I do? Just go out and do it. The very first car I reviewed was my own car. It was a Pontiac G6. I sat there thinking about what I wanted to say for days and nights. I remember being up at night trying to think of something to say about this car. And then one day I just got my camera, got in the car, and filmed it. And yeah, that video is terrible. I don't recommend anyone watching it. But it gave me the idea and sort of lit this fire under me. And then I reviewed my other car, which was a Dodge Ram. That one wasn't as great either, but it was a little bit longer, a little bit more in depth. A little bit better. The third car I did was my grandparents' car, and I actually showed the exterior of the car in video number 3. The first 2 videos, I don't even think I showed any footage of the outside of the car, which you would think would be a no-brainer to show, but I had never done it before, and so I learned that review number 3, and now I've done over 830 reviews, and I almost exclusively show the outside of the car. It's just something I've learned along the way. And so in my mind, it is better to make something crappy than not make it at all. And that is my number 1 thing that I do share with people. So if you want to start on YouTube, just make a YouTube video. Number 2, consistency. Once you do start making YouTube videos and you find a somewhat rhythm or a avenue you want to go down. Let's just keep using this succulent analogy. Find a pace and rhythm that works for you, but stick to it. If that's 1 succulent review a month, the first of every month, brand new succulent review. Figure that out and really take advantage of YouTube's scheduling system. It's a fantastic tool. I utilize it every single day of my life. And so what that is basically YouTube allows you to upload a video, but it won't go public until you set it to a certain date and time. It might be obvious, it might not, but I'm not sitting at my computer hitting upload at 2 p.m. Central Time every single day. I'm very hands-off with that. I finish the videos at like midnight or 1 a.m. and I upload it to YouTube and say, hey, I want it to go live this date at 2 p.m. And so once I started actually getting a schedule, people can kind of start to guess when you're going to upload. That doesn't mean you have to upload every single day at the same time, but set yourself up to say, you know what, every Monday I'll put out a new succulent review. Every Tuesday I'll do a how-to video with succulents. Every Wednesday I'll do whatever it might be. You don't have to do it weekly, you don't even have to do it monthly, but set yourself to a schedule. I will say that a big increase, at least in views and money for me, came when I increased from 2 videos a week to 3 videos a week, and then another big increase in money and views came when I went from 3 videos a week to 5 videos a week. Now I'll tell you, as someone who does this full time, 5 videos a week is a lot. It's a lot to handle and it's a lot to think about. For me, that's 5 different engines, 5 different transmissions I have to learn and know about. It's 5 different bodies and colors and all that thing I have to learn about. And of course, I'm filming about 6 to 7 cars a week to build up that lag, again, utilizing the scheduling system. So once you understand what you want to do and you make your crappy first version, figure out consistency, whatever time that works. Maybe that's once a month, maybe that's once a week, maybe it's once a year. Stick to it, and I think people really respond to consistency. Number 3 is professionalism. At least in the world that I deal with a lot of car dealerships, but something that people have really responded to is the professionalism. When I go in and talk to dealerships, I take myself seriously. You know, YouTube has a lot of jokes and memes and funny videos on it. I'm not denying that. But you have to treat this like it is a job. Even if it's not making you money, you have to take YouTube very seriously if you do want to put this quality content out for people. Yes, it is weird telling people that I'm a YouTuber, and I really don't even like that title. But when I do talk to dealerships, you have to have a little bit of self-confidence. And I say, hey, this is what I do. This is my services. I review the cars, I talk about it for 20 to 30 minutes, all this stuff, and I shake their hand, I give them eye contact and say, if this works for you, great. If not, then I'll take my career elsewhere. And I think they really respond to that. I think everyone else responds to that too, especially when I review personal cars. I'm very punctual. I try my best to be there on the dot. If we agree at 10 a.m., I'm probably rolling up at about 9:58. I try to be very punctual because this is a career. Yes, I get to go out and drive fun cars and it's fantastic, and we'll talk about enjoyment next, but you do have to take it somewhat seriously. And I think that's the biggest thing, is that a lot of people are like, oh, I'm just going to joke around and film it. But like, you have to get the editing seriously and things like that. But number 4, what I want to talk about is enjoyment. You have to enjoy what you do or else you're not going to make it. I really, truly love reviewing cars. It's one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. I get to sort of slip into the skin of someone else and figure out what would it be like to drive this car every single day of the year. And that's exciting to me, and I really enjoy it. I enjoy the editing process. I enjoy the filming process. And the other thing is that if I don't enjoy it, the people watching are not going to enjoy it. That's why at the beginning of every video I say, I am super excited to be driving this here 2007 Toyota Avalon, which in all reality isn't the most exciting car in the world. But if I'm not excited, if I don't act excited, then who's going to get excited about the video? They're just going to be like, oh, that's just a kid from the Midwest complaining about an Avalon, which, to be fair, I love the Avalon. But you have to get excited. If you turn on the camera, let's go back to our succulent and say, these succulents only require water once a month, and you can buy them at Walmart, and they're pretty cheap, and they look decent. I don't want to listen to that. I don't want to listen to you monotonely explain this little plant. I want you to say, this is the coolest little plant that there is. You don't have to water them much. They're super affordable. They really fill up a windowsill or a desk. They're super low maintenance. However, they're not the prettiest in the world, or whatever the review might be, but there should be some type of enjoyment and pizzazz. If you don't have fun doing it, people aren't going to have fun watching it either. So that's something to keep in mind. And you're also going to have to do this long term if you do want to start a YouTube channel. Do you willingly want to sort of drag yourself through the mud? I would probably guess not. Last but not least is to have your little niche or niche, however it's pronounced, or your little thing. For me, I added the big friggin' bottle test at the start of 2021, and people have really latched onto it. It's something unique and interesting and different that you can look forward to in every single video. Now, am I saying you have to test the cup holder size of your succulents? No, it's not what I'm saying. But have something unique. You should have some interesting take, some sort of thing to set you aside from everyone else. It should go without saying. However, I do think that that's really important because there's so many creators on YouTube. I always tell myself, whenever I'm tired and don't want to film a car, I'm hungry and I just got to get through it, there's someone out there, probably younger than you, that has way more drive than you. There's someone in Tennessee that is more willing to wake up early. There's someone in Ohio that is more willing to stay late and film. And there's someone that is more willing to do stuff. There's always going to be that in any field. And so whenever I feel down or when I'm like, oh God, I just don't want to wake up early to drive a Toyota Yaris, I think about, well, I'm sure there's a kid in Florida that 100% would wake up bright and cheery in the morning to drive a 2018 Toyota Yaris. Why am I any better than him? I'm not. And so that's what sort of gets me out of bed. So personality, I think you should try to inject into your videos. However, I do think that will come naturally with time. I wouldn't be too worried about it, but it'll come naturally, especially with my first and second point, which was just to do it in consistency. After you keep doing things, you sort of find your own sort of lane. When I first started doing car reviews, I very much just ripped off my idols. I took a lot of Doug DeMuro and regular car reviews influence and Matt Farah and Top Gear. All of that sort of molded together sort of made my videos originally, even to the point where I would sometimes almost reiterate regular car review jokes or recreate camera angles from Top Gear or the smoking tire. But after I started doing it more and more and more and more, and now over 800 times, I don't think my videos really mimic those people anymore. It's something different. It's something unique. That is me. I think I do have a unique pattern, and that does work itself out over time. Last but not least, these aren't tips, but if you do want to make money on YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and I believe 4,000 watch hours, and then you can apply to the YouTube Partner Program, and then when they run ads on your videos, you will get money, which is fantastic. But yeah, those buzzwords, YouTube Partner Program, monetization, definitely look up great videos on that. That's how you actually make the money in the back end. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If you have any more questions, please DM me on Instagram or leave them in the comments. I'll try my best to answer them to the best of my ability. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next video. Take care.